Well, hello there, everyone. It's Nina. Thanks so much for joining me today. I love glitter. I hope you do too, because we're going to get really sparkly today in this project. I'm going to be using new products from the Simon Says Stamp Born to Sparkle release. And this card sparkles just as much as the release does. I love this collection of new products from Simon. They're a really fun and beautiful collection that really captures the essence of spring and all the festivities of the season, including Mother's Day, graduation. Well, I'm going to be making a thank you card today. And one of the new products in this release is the Magnolia background. Oh my gosh, is this background good? I love it. It's a huge background 6x6 with these gorgeous flowers. Now, I colored the flowers off camera with Copic markers. I was doing some coloring while I was relaxing for the evening, and I had this background that I wanted to turn into a card. So I encourage you to color this background however you want. You can see I just used some vibrant pink colors for the flowers and some bold greens and blues for the background. So I'm die cutting this background to be slightly smaller than an A2 card. Today's focus is going to be making the glitter that is on top of these flowers. This is a really cool technique and super easy. All you need is a clear glitter. In this case, I'm going to use Simon Says Stamp Unicorn Dust Glitter, and we're going to be coloring it with alcohol inks. So here I have the Unicorn Dust Glitter, and I have a pink alcohol ink bottle from Holtz. In a little plastic cup, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of that glitter into the bottom. Then on top of that glitter, I'm going to put a few drops of my alcohol ink. This is going to be our color for this glitter. So I also have a coffee stirrer here, and I'm going to stir this around to get this all mixed up with the pigment. This is going to be a little bit clumpy at first because of course we're adding moisture to this glitter. But as we stir and get this all mixed around, it's going to powder back down pretty quickly, and we're also going to dry it. So after I've got it really stirred and all of the glitter coated with that pink color, I'm going to stick it in a coffee filter, and we're going to absorb that last little bit of moisture that's left behind. This coffee filter does a great job picking up that extra moisture and color. As you can see here on the coffee filter, it's staining a little bit, and this dries really easily. I will set this aside for a little bit as I mix up other glitter colors, and it will be 100% dry by the time I add it onto my project. So once we have our pink glitter mixed up, I'm going to make some green. I'm going to do the exact same process of putting the glitter into the cup and dropping in some alcohol ink. If you don't have lots of different colors of glitter, this is a great way to get colored glitter and be able to have just one type, maybe your favorite. In this case, I really love the Unicorn Dust Glitter, but you could also do this with clear rock candy and whatever other glitters you might have in your stash. Using the alcohol inks to color this is a really fun and easy way to get a nice custom color of glitter. So I'm going to make not only pink and green, but I also decided I wanted a little bit of a darker color mixed into that green. So I pulled in some teal alcohol ink, and I'm going to mix that up and then mix that into the green glitter that I've already made. So this is going to create a slightly darker green, which is closer to the color on the leaves that I've created here. And this is the really fun part about today's video, is we're making this really fun and custom glitter color that we can then use on our project to create a really sparkly finish on top of our coloring. So if you have this Magnolia background, or if you don't have it, I have it linked in the supply list down below in the video or on my blog. You can check it out in either of those places. All you need to do is color it with something like Copic markers or pencils, and then you can add the glitter on top. It's really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding some glossy accents over top of certain areas of my flowers first, because I'm going to apply the pink glitter to begin. After I've added some glue down, this is going to hold my glitter as I sprinkle it on top of this paper. So I'm going to sprinkle it closer towards the top, and then once I have all of the glitter applied to the paper, I'll let it cascade down and cover all the other areas of my flowers so that everything gets a nice coating of glitter. If I do find I have any areas that I haven't fully covered with glitter that like I want it to be, I will go back and touch things up. Now, as you can see, I'm not adding glitter to the entire surface of the flower. I wanted this more as an accent, so I'm adding it in just strategic places. And that's what's allowing my coloring to still show through, but we have this great glittery effect. Now, I also could show you another idea. If you want to feather out some of that glitter and not have quite so much of a harsh line, so to speak, from where you applied the glue, take your finger and just smudge that glue line a little bit, and that'll really help feather this out and give this a very soft and natural feel, almost as if the card was colored with glitter to begin with. So it really adds a nice finishing touch to your glittering, and it makes it a little bit more natural, like I said. You could also simplify that by starting off by adding the glue first and then smoothing it out with your finger to get more of a feathered look. And then when you apply the glitter, it's going to apply in that same feathered way. Either way it works. It creates a really nice feathered edge, and like I said, it makes the glitter line less harsh. So now that I have glue down for the green, I'll just sprinkle the green glitter on, and that'll get coated on the areas where I've added the glue. So now that we have a base layer of glitter down, which is very beautiful and coordinates really nicely with the colors that we've used on our card, let's step it up even more. So now I brought in mica flakes, and I love distressed mica flakes because they're so chunky and cool and they catch the light beautifully. They're just awesome. So I'm using these in strategic areas again. I'm not covering up all of the glitter I just put down already. I want this to accent that glitter. I want this to create an additional dimensional effect, and it's also going to add different types of sparkle to my card, but it's not going to take away from that beautiful colored glitter we made and added onto our project. This is just accenting. Now, as I apply this down, mica flakes of course are chunky and apply very randomly. So when you have some of these mica flakes being held down maybe in one area with glue, but it's actually covering over another area because the flakes are so large, I like to go back in with my craft pick and just kind of push through the flakes around to get them off of the areas where I didn't want them to start laying. Because there's liquid glue underneath this, it has the opportunity to be able to be adjusted and moved, and these mica flakes are really forgiving. So I can go back over all these areas and just touch things up to make sure that the mica flakes are exactly where I want them to be. So this is drying, and I have a card base here that I'm making from some Whirly Pop cardstock from Basil to go behind my flowers. I also added some adhesive to the backside of this flower background, and I'm gluing it straight down onto a piece of holographic cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. This is going to create a slight mat around my flowers, and I'm going to trim this paper down so it's got a very thin border surrounding this flower background. As you can see on the left and bottom edges of that flower background, you could see the holographic cardstock peeking out, and here's how it's going to look once we pop this up onto our card. However, we're not quite there yet, so first we need to add a sentiment. I pulled out this XL Greetings 2 stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, which is one of my current favorites. I love this set. I love how big the greetings are. It's super cool for different sizes of cards, especially when you're working with bigger cards like Slimline. But even on an A2, they look amazing. And for something like these big flowers, I needed a big greeting so that my sentiment didn't get lost. So I'm stamping this with embossing ink, and then I'm going to heat set this with silver embossing powder. I love how this silver paired with the holographic cardstock around the edges. The holographic cardstock is going to kind of mostly display as silver, but when it catches the light, it will catch some different colors, which is exactly what I wanted. When you see the glitter catching the light, I also wanted the edges of the card catching the light too. So it creates a really sparkly and magical appearance. Now there are dies for that thank you and all of the other greetings in the XL Greetings 2 set, and I just used that coordinating die to cut out the sentiment. On my card panel here with the flowers, I am putting foam tape. Like I had mentioned earlier, I was going to pop it up off of my card. Well, that's what I'm doing now. So I have my foam tape on the back of my floral pattern, and I'm just going to center this right up onto my Whirly Pop card base. This blue matched perfectly with the blue colors that I used for the background of my coloring. I think this looks really, really striking. This really offsets the pink and the green nicely. So I used foam tape to also pop up my sentiment, which says thank you. And then the final finishing touch, for greetings that is a small sentiment I'm adding down with the reverse encouraging words sentiment strap set that's part of the Born to Sparkle release. I used the one that said hugs from afar, so I thought that paired nicely with the thank you greeting. And then here is our last finishing touch. This is Nuvo drops, vintage Nuvo drops to be exact. I'm using the teal color here, which looks so pretty, and I thought really offset all of the dark blues and matched well with the pinks and the greens. So I used that to add a few dots of that glossy accent material onto the background. Here's how all of that catches the light, which is stunning. This card is just spectacular, and I really, really love how it turned out. Here you can see in the photos how that mica flake really didn't take away from that beautiful glitter that we created, the pink and the green. You can see it peeking around all of those mica flakes, and it adds such gorgeous glitter sparkly finishing touches to our beautiful coloring. So I hope that you will try this out, because this is a great way to step up your colored backgrounds. If you've colored something gorgeous and you really want to add just a little bit of something special to it, try making your own glitter. Make sure to mix up some colors that match the colors that you've used in your coloring, and you're going to create a stunning finish on your card projects that's going to make these look wow. I hope you were inspired by today's project. Please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you are subscribed to my channel and you want to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, you can hit the little bell there on the screen. It's underneath the video if you're watching this on YouTube. If you hit that bell, you'll get notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you all so much for watching. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I'll be back very soon with more to share, but until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!